Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United crash out of the Europa League 3-0 to Sevilla. Absolute shambles. I mean, there's so much to get into. One thing I will say is, look, I've got Ben Foster's messaged me about the goalkeeper on all three goals, so I'll give you that in a minute. But look, you can individualise this, and I'm sure people will. I've seen stuff said about Sancho, Maguire, Eriksen, De Gea. But I think one thing we've got to hit on straight away here is that this is not about individualising. If you didn't know that certain players weren't good enough for United before tonight shouldn't be a wake-up call. You've just been proved right, whoever that player is. What the big problem tonight is that the whole team, collectively, just like Brentford, just like Brighton, just like Liverpool, just like Newcastle, and just like tonight, this happens too many times. There is a weakness in this team, and it's always away from home. Man City as well. We have a real problem going to ground where it's a little bit loud. It's ridiculous. They almost need earplugs in, or or a good, a sleeping blanket, or I don't know what it is, but this team has got a weak mentality. That performance tonight, that doesn't deserve to go on Man United's record. And so many results over the last 3 or 4 years have been like this. They're not Manchester United performances. I hate losing. We all hate losing, but losing like that's just not Manchester United. That's just not turning up. I'm fed up with these types of performances. So individualise it all you like. We'll do the player ratings. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10. 6 is the average. We'll do that in a few minutes' time. But I'm tired of these results. I'm tired of these performances. We're excited all week. We've got Sevilla in the quarterfinals. We should have been going there 2-0 up. They scored 2 freaky goals. It's 2-2. We're better than them. We get beat 3-0. I don't get it. I cannot screw my head on. All their goals are shit. Totally preventable. But where's our attack? It's just the mentality is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Now, is the manager at fault? We can get into that, of course. But ultimately, these results were happening with Solskjaer as well. There is a huge identity crisis in that dressing room. And you know what? Let's go back to Bruno Fernandes. All this nonsense about Bruno throwing his hands in the air. All this nonsense that Bruno wanted to come off the pitch. I mean, that just shows you how petty this non-British passport shit is from certain media outlets and ex-players. I don't like the way he throws his hands in the air. I don't like the way he does that. Fuck off. Like, seriously, go fuck yourself. That is a joke. I couldn't give a shit if Bruno Fernandes flapped his arms in the air and thought he was going to fly. I don't care, because anybody who's ever criticised that lad is an idiot. Who gives a shit if he moans at the referee? Who gives a shit if he throws his hands in the air? At least he gives a fucking shit. I can't speak about that because I never understood it anyway. I don't like Bruno. I don't like the way he throws his hands in the air, for fuck's sake. Look, if you can't see how important he is to the team, you didn't watch the game tonight. I'm sorry, but this must be the end. No, Dylan, I'm not talking about individualism at the moment. Answer on Discord, bro, so we can talk about his absolute... I don't know what you're talking about. I show speed. I'm doing United Stand, mate. I'm not playing FIFA. Bruno missed, but more worrying how poor they were as a whole team, says Des. It looked like we were playing a slow emotion, no passion, no desire. Go win the game. We need leaders in the team who can soak up the pressure, says Ankit. I'm sorry. I've done that from Dylan. I have no issue with us losing games, but the manner we are losing. Ross, you're absolutely spot on. I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of this. I hate losing. I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't mind losing if we try. I hate losing. I hate losing if we try. But this, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And I don't blame Ten Hag. I do not blame Ten Hag. It's been happening for too long. Man United have nothing to blame but themselves for the poor substitutions in the first leg in response to the Varane and Martinez injuries. What a devastating end to our campaign. That's a great point. But you know what? In relation to Ten Hag, people will go in on him. Of course they will. I get that. Of course I do. But I don't blame Ten Hag. Whether that's controversial or not, I don't blame Ten Hag. I don't know what team he could have picked tonight. Tell me what team you would have picked without, being really edgy. Ultimately, Luke Shaw's not fit. It's very, very clear. Marcus Rashford is not fit. So you have to pick Maguire and Lindelof at centre-back. There's nobody else. You have to pick Sancho. There's nobody else. I mean, Sancho getting subbed off at half-time, I don't want to individualise it yet because we're going to go through the individual criticism, but Sancho getting subbed off at half-time when Garnacho's injured and Rashford's basically injured is bloody embarrassing. That, you know, I don't know how you can blame Ten Hag. This ultimately comes back to what we said in August. We sat here in August and said, there ain't no fucking way we're going to win anything this season. We haven't got the squad. And somehow we've got to a Europa League quarter-final, we've won the Carabao Cup, we've got to an FA Cup semi-final, and we're in the top four. You can't be hypocritical about this. I sat there, and many of you agreed with me, at the start of the season, I said, that squad is no way near big enough to compete in the Europa League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup and top four. You've got to prioritise. So somehow Ten Hag has managed to not prioritise, still have us in the top four, still win the Carabao Cup and still keep us in trophies until the latter stages. And that's even replacing Ronaldo with Weghorst. So I think Ten Hag's a miracle worker. When you win, everything's rosy. When you lose, everything's bad. I'm not blaming Ten Hag. This squad was never good enough. It was never deep enough. And the minute you lose Martinez and Varane and have to play Maguire and Lindelof, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. Maguire is at best a Wessex League defender. He overgambles every ball, gets out of position, says Sharon. Well, we'll do individuals in a minute. Don't lose sight and be blinded. This is the Glazers' fault, says Michael. Well, look, I don't want to get the Norwich scarves out. But you can find the problem in the Glazers. Of course you can. Because if you're like me and you go, we were never going to be successful this season because we never had the squad, we've actually overachieved. We're just now, time is catching up with us. Players are unable to play this amount of football. Luke Shaw's played in a World Cup and played loads of games. Bruno's a bloody monster. Rashford's had an injury. It's not surprising, but our away form is devastatingly worryingly. It worries me. Our away form really, really does worry me because we lost away to Brentford. We lost away to Brighton. That was the first two games of the season. We weren't tired then. We lost to Man City badly. We've lost to Newcastle badly. We've lost to Liverpool badly. That atmosphere at Sevilla tonight, that fucking won the game. That won the game. I haven't seen many grounds like that this season. But, all the toilet roll, it gave me flashbacks to COVID. I just wanted to grab it. But, all the toilet roll, the atmosphere, United, you know what? I hate to say this about a Manchester United side, but that crowd won the game before the game had kicked off. We never got going. We shit ourselves. It's a good job they threw all the toilet paper down. Where did it go? We were wiping our arse with it. It was that toilet paper start killed this team. Bottlers. And that's what they are. They can't play. They can't moan about that. I get feedback all the time. Oh, they think you're a bit harsh. Bullshit. You didn't even turn up from minute one. You did nothing in the whole game. None of you. And I know people want to individualise it, but tell me what Eriksen did any better than Harry Maguire. All right, it wasn't as bad, but Eriksen was poor. Tell me what Casemiro did any better than Sancho. It wasn't as bad, but it wasn't anywhere near good. It was an overall terrible performance from everybody. And it's not excusable. The problem with the team is mentality. We never pressed upfield. It was just possession, says Mr. Nick. Mark, shouldn't have we started Shaw at centre-back? Yes, Soham, but I don't think he's fit. Maguire has to have something on the management, says After Effector. And Fred has to start. Why is Erik Ten Hag not picking him? I don't know what's going on with Fred. I've been saying this for a long time, mister. I do not know. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. He doesn't seem to get any game time anymore, and he was an important player. Phil Jones in a goalkeeper centre-back hybrid role, says Ryan. And Eriksen was awful today. Could not place a pass right to save his life, says Jad. One of the corner flags would have been better than Maguire, says Kate. Look, the title of this video, before we do the player ratings, is Maguire's no captain. Now, some people will think that that's targeting Maguire. I'm actually targeting everybody. He's meant to be the captain. Our defence was Shakin' Stevens. It was all over the place. It was terrible. There was no captain, though. If Harry Maguire's the captain, and I never have believed that he is, I just think he wears the armband. Bruno's the captain. Casemiro's a captain. Eriksen's a leader. Nobody stepped up today. There's no... Ten Hag talks about the dressing rooms buzzing and everyone's... bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I call out bullshit. There is no way that dressing room's together. Not at all. You don't play like that. They play like a bunch of strangers. There's no captain in that team tonight. They need Bruno. They do. Whether people want to accept it or not, they need Bruno Fernandes because there is nobody in that team, in the absence of Bruno. I remember this happening in the 99 final. Roy Keane missed the final and it was like, fuck, what's going to happen? And somehow, we were 1-0 down going into stoppage time and we found the mental strength to win 2-1. That's without Roy Keane. It was a bit of a mismatch, but the mentality was there in the players to find a way. That team performance tonight, there's no cohesion, there's no leadership. I would actually put it down as one of the biggest issues on the pitch. There's no leadership on that pitch. Maguire might can't wear the armband, but no one respects him. Who's going to respect a guy who's just cost us a fucking goal in the first couple of minutes? There's no respect for the captain, there's no leadership from the captain, and there's nobody else on the pitch who wants to take it on. There's no leadership on that pitch. We can all talk about the issues, but why do we keep losing away from home? Why did we lose tonight? I'll tell you the solution. There's no bloody leadership in that team. There's no cohesion. There's no mentality. It's weak. It's weak. Do you think Roy Keane in that team would just let that happen? No. They wouldn't. There's a problem with that team. And I'm not surprised. I didn't expect Ten Hag to solve it in one summer, but he'll have learnt a lot this season. I don't know what happens with the team when Maguire plays. He gives poor mentality. Well, he can't play against Brighton, so that's a positive. He needs to show the same amount of confidence as he does in the press conferences. Deepak proves how important Bruno's mentality is to the team, says Kenzie. I worry about Jadon Sancho. I'll talk about that in a minute. But look, one of the things that really bothers me the most is that after Liverpool, which was abysmal, Liverpool should have been the one-off. Liverpool wasn't that long ago. We got stuffed by Liverpool at Anfield. It was completely and utterly embarrassing, but we all lived off the fact that, what a trophy for Liverpool. We're still in the cups. We're still higher than them in the league. But since Liverpool, we've put in 2 performances as bad. The results haven't been as bad, but getting beat 3-0 by... Look, let me be very, very clear. Being beat 3-0 by Sevilla is the same as getting beaten 7-0 by Liverpool. They don't score that many goals. So we've had the Liverpool performance and we've been told it won't happen again. And then they've done it again against Newcastle. And then they've done it again tonight. The only positive I can take before the player ratings is that the Glazers cannot boost the price of the club because we're shit. Like, nobody is stupid enough if the Glazers go, wow, this team's basically a £6 billion team. They're so close to winning the league. We're bloody miles away from winning the league. It's ridiculous how far we are. So, look, it might help get rid of the Glazers because there's no point in them keeping us unless they're going to spend loads of money. Passing accuracy was absolutely shocking tonight, says Andy. Not good enough to beat Sevilla. Excuses, says Chris. We weren't good enough. Big summer ahead makes the potential takeover even more important, says Carl. Can we talk about Sabitzer? I don't rate McFred, but is he really better than what we got, says Carl. Look, you know what? We'll talk about Sabitzer, Carl, because we're going to do the player ratings right now. This is what happened when EPL merchants disrespect other leagues when you guys learned. This is Sevilla side, 13th in the Liga. User, can I just say one thing? You've walked into this room thinking that anything you say about La Liga is going to win. We beat Barcelona, who will win your league. We beat Sociedad and Betis. We beat 3 of your teams in La Liga, and we deserve to beat them. Sevilla beat us, and we'll take the L. But don't come in here talking like your league's better than us. We beat Barcelona. We were better than you. We beat Betis. We were better than you. We lost to Sevilla because we were shit. Not because Sevilla were good. We played way down our level. Well done. Take the win. But don't come in here waltzing in like you're better than the fucking Premier League, because you're not. We've proved that already. I'll take the defeat. I'll hold our hands up and say Sevilla deserved to win, but only because we were shit. If we played anywhere near our level, you'd be going out, and that's the disappointing thing. Deserved the win. Well done to Sevilla. Respect. But all your goals were shite. 3 of them deflected in. 2 of them were big mistakes, and we were fucking awful. So let's hold it. 6 years on from the football heritage speak against Sevilla, we've been knocked out by them twice, says Carrymore. It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing to lose to Sevilla. That's what I would say. Think what gets people backs up about Erik ten Hag is he says how good Maguire is and doesn't know throw him under the bus by being honest. Honesty will make Slabhead play even worse, says James. Well, look, if you want me to say one thing negative, I don't think Ten Hag picks Maguire because he has to. He's picked Maguire ahead of Lindelof. Ten Hag has to take responsibility for that. I don't know what he sees in him. I love Ten Hag. He's the right manager for the job. But the whole team was shit tonight. And whilst people will individualise it, we must also remember that a lot of players were shite tonight. Let's do the player ratings anyway. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. We've also got the fan forum coming up after this. I just hope it's a bit even-handed on the fan forum because I know a certain somebody wants to go in on the goalkeeper. Look, De Gea for me is a 3 tonight. Absolutely, hold my hands up. I love David De Gea. He's a 3 tonight. I'll give you what Ben Foster told me. I'm not going to play a WhatsApp audio out because it's a bit rude to do that. Basically, Ben Foster said to me this. He said, third goal, obviously his fault. Second goal, he should have done better. First goal, it's Maguire's fault. But you should know it's Harry Maguire you're passing to and boot it long. And that's what Ben Foster said. So, look, he knows more than me about goalkeeping. I personally think on the first goal, I've seen him do that numerous times to Martinez and Varane this season. The whole point of beating a press is to play that sort of pass and play your way through it. I concede that when you see it's Maguire, you should boot it long, but that's because Maguire's crap. And ultimately, if we're going to try and build from the back, Maguire's the weakness, isn't he? How have we fell off so much since the Carabao Cup, says Ted. We weren't that good in the Carabao Cup, really. I mean, Newcastle just had a lot of chances. We game managed that. If we get knocked out of the FA Cup and don't get top four with the Glazers sellers ASAP, says Zeus, well, we don't want that to happen. Slaughtered by a very poor team, but we move on. Live to fight another day, says Des. We've got to get our head in the game because the next 3 games are harder. You know what? The funny thing is, Brighton are better than Sevilla, Spurs are better than Sevilla, and Villa are better than Sevilla. So we've got 3 harder games to come. It's mad, isn't it? It really is. Lots of votes coming in. Wan-Bissaka, 6. I don't get this. I really don't get this. I know people are angry, but I don't even know why he got subbed off. Everyone's lived up the arse of Wan-Bissaka for weeks, and he gets subbed at half time, and I don't even understand why. I don't understand what Wan-Bissaka did in 45 minutes that was worse than Dalot. It definitely wasn't worse than Maguire or Lindelof. I don't know what that was. I thought, well, is it tactical? It was stupid. Wan-Bissaka's fit. He's in form. You take him off for Luke Shaw, who wasn't fit. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know why we took Wan-Bissaka off. I do not know. I'm not giving Wan-Bissaka a 4. I'll give him an average 6. I don't know what he did wrong. I don't. You know, fall guy, really. I don't get it. I can't say anything more than that. Harry Maguire, 2. You know, if I'm giving De Gea a 3, I've got to give Maguire a 2. He's the captain of the club. He couldn't lead the ocean to a boat. That doesn't work. But you know what I mean. He's the captain. He's the captain of the team. The team was cowardly. He's the captain. It reflects on him. So that's the first thing I'd knock him down for. Secondly, just, cost us the game. However you want to blame that first goal, he was the biggest factor in it. Because even if you want to pretend it's a bad pass by De Gea, there's 1,000,001 things he can do rather than play a shit pass. So, terrible performance. Shouldn't be at the club anymore. Has to go. Not good enough. Simple as that. Lindelof. I give Lindelof a 6. I don't really think Lindelof's done a lot wrong. He's a centre back with with Maguire next to him. None of the goals are on Lindelof. We didn't concede that many chances. Midfield and attack are shit. I mean, I don't really know what Lindelof's done wrong either, actually. If I'm being completely honest, what has Lindelof done wrong? It's an average performance. I don't know what he's done. I don't know. I think people are just angry. Dalot, again, I don't really know what he's done wrong either. I think 4 is almost the average because people are angry, but I don't know what Dalot's done. Maybe he could do a little bit more going forward, but I mean, one thing I would say about Dalot is I didn't notice him much, but yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, it's not good. Casemiro, 4. By his high standards, I mean, he's ex-Real Madrid. He's been brilliant for us. He plays for Brazil. and he's playing a Sevilla team that's not that good, and they've dominated him. It's embarrassing for Casemiro. It's embarrassing for a player of his level to have a performance like that. Same for Eriksen. You know, it's just way below par, way below the level that you would expect of him and Casemiro. I mean, I like these players, but I don't do agenda. So, like, I have to be clear that although it's very easy to go after certain players, he didn't play well. And they've got to look at themselves because it's happening too often. And the same with Sabitzer. Again, just didn't play well. Good player, didn't play well. You've got a midfield of Casemiro, Eriksen and Sabitzer against the Sevilla side, and they put in a performance like that. There's not many excuses. There really isn't. There should be a better performance than that. And they were poor. They were really poor. And it doesn't save them that there was performances from De Gea or Maguire or Sancho that were worse. It doesn't save them. As a collective, look, I've seen Man United concede goals where someone's made a mistake, and we've gone and won the game 4-1 because the other team, the rest of the players play well. The whole team has performed badly today. Anthony, for me, would be a 5. I actually think, really, his effort can never be criticised. His aggression, his passion, his dedication. He had absolutely nothing to do. There was nothing he could do because he got no service, no support, and we didn't attack. But, his mentality, you can't argue with that. He puts the tackles in, he tracks back. I don't think we can be handing out average 6s given the performance of the team tonight. No one was better than a 5 to Simon. Well, I disagree, Simon. I completely disagree. Why should Lindelof get marked down to a 4 because everyone else was shit? What did Lindelof do wrong? So I'll give him a 6. I think you can give someone a 6 in a shit performance because I don't know what Lindelof did wrong. Hopefully this result will make the Glazers fuck off, says Darren. You barely beat a Barca without Dembele. Look, freak show. Who beat Barcelona? Manchester United. Who beat Betis? Manchester United. Who beat Manchester United? Sevilla. Don't come at me with you barely beat Barcelona, because if you want to get technical, we were shit tonight, but Sevilla won with 3 deflections and 2 mistakes. So, look, at the end of the day, we'll hold it. We got beat by Sevilla, and we comprehensively beat Barcelona, and we were the better team. I saw it. I saw us play shit tonight, and Sevilla deserved to win, and I saw us against Barcelona, and we deserve to win. Hold it. Stop coming in and rewriting history. Barcelona got owned by Manchester United. End of. We got owned by Sevilla. Foggy, welcome to the Members Club. United eliminated 5 times in a row by Spanish sides in Europe. Congratulations. One barely beating a Barca side. How have we been... These are the people that saved the stream. How have we been defeated? How have we been eliminated 5 times in a row by Spanish sides when we've just knocked fucking 2 out, you knobhead? We've just knocked out Barcelona and Betis. Last time I checked, they were in Spain. How can we be eliminated 5 times in a row by Spanish sides? We've just knocked 2 fucking out. God. Maguire can play if he's being pressured. He can't. All right. And De Gea would boot if last season because of Maguire, but now gets stick for actually passing to him. Can't win, says Cal. Yeah, well, he probably should have booted it, but that's not what he's been doing. Sancho, I'm just worried about Sancho, if I'm being honest. I'm really worried about Jadon Sancho. I'm really worried about Jadon Sancho because Garnacho's injured, Rashford's injured. This is his time, and he's done nothing with it. £75 million, 300 grand a week. He missed 3 months with a problem where we've all been patient and we all want him to do well. I still want him to do well, but there's a problem there. I'm worried. I'm not saying anything more than that because this is a player that missed 3 months of the season when he wasn't injured. I am no way loading onto that. You can do what you want. It's a free world, but I'm worried about Sancho because this was an opportunity and he's just been subbed off at half time. Ten Hag's the manager. I just don't think he's part of the plans really. And Martial, what did I give him? 3. No, not Martial. Sancho 3. Martial, he's gone off injured again. I'm Ronnie Pickering. He's gone off injured again. I can't. I love Martial. I think Maguire injured him. I might not take another point off Maguire for injuring Martial. I think Maguire actually shoved Sabitzer into Martial, and he got injured from that. I just can't take it anymore. I can't take Martial being injured anymore. I don't know what to say. Luke Shaw, probably a 4. Rashford, 4. Weghorst, okay, you're bringing Weghorst on, you're screwed, aren't you? 3. Fred, barely saw him, 4. Yeah, barely bothered. Yeah, okay. Ten Hag tonight, really difficult. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe, by the way. Ten Hag tonight. God. I don't know because I don't think he can start a team any better. But I've been very complimentary about Ten Hag this season when he changes the game at half time. But he couldn't change the game today. So we can, I love Ten Hag, fantastic coach. But he changed nothing today. From minute 1 to minute 90, for all his subs, he never changed the momentum of the game. He couldn't change the game. So I think you've got to give him a 4. He couldn't change the game. He just couldn't. My man of the match, for what it's worth, simply because it was average, I would go with either Anthony or Lindelof. And you've gone with Anthony, 64%. Lindelof was second place with 19%. So Anthony's your man of the match. Whatever that means, it's not good enough. We've got Brighton on Sunday. Brighton are a very, very good team. We have to see a different Manchester United and I worry what Man United will see, because if Martial's out, it's Weghorst up front again, or it's Sancho off the left. Bruno will be back. I think the only positive I can take against Brighton is Bruno will be back, and I think we'll be a different team. And Maguire is suspended. Those two things could change the game. I've played the game. Bruno back and Maguire suspended could be enough. But I don't know. Anyway, I've had my say. I know there's a lot of people like Beth who will want to have her say about De Gea. And I hope she's going to have a say about Maguire and not be completely agenda-driven. But let's get over to the fan forum and see what people have got to say. Smash a like and subscribe, everybody. I just want to say a personal thank you to all of you, because tonight was a horrible game to watch, but at least we had the community to interact, because I don't know how I would have got through it without you. So big shout out to the community. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and smash a like. Let's go over to the forum and see what they've got to say.